Hi, it's Golma, and welcome to episode 2 of my Trails in the Sky playthrough. Woo! We're almost there to Rolent, so let's see this scene. Time for more of my voice acting. Here we go. I'm excited.
It looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either.
We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers.
Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place. So I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort.
Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then. Let's get to it and make it through this last training from Scherazard.
You look ready to me. Let's go meet Scherazard at the Bracer Guild over there then.
Okay, so we're here at our first town. It's Rolent, and I'm gonna wander around a little bit because it's been like around 2 years since I last beat this game. Oh yeah, sometimes you can see NPCs running around like that. Anyways, yeah, it's a cute little town. They've got their own little tower. What's this guy doing? He's just walking into a bunch of cranes. Oh my goodness, let's try talking to him. Oh yeah, so he's working. Yeah, sometimes in the original Trails in the Sky, you can see characters just walking in place like that. They're like, oh yeah, I'm busy with something. Anyways, yeah, those two are just playing around. So let's check the map, and then that red building is the Bracer Guild where we were supposed to be going before I got all distracted. Anyways, here we go. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Ina.
Good morning.
Is Scherazard here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks.
We'll do our best.
Alright, I was just being a valley girl for Ina. I keep thinking of Genshin Ino. Alright, I'll probably just use my regular speaking voice for Scherazard. Here we go. Star and the Hanged Man, the Hermit and the Magician, and last of all, Inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Scherazard! Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my first day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Well, Joshua's hair is picking on me.
Don't worry, Scherazard. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose in everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbit with some practice eventually, probably.
I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me.
Well, it's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately.
Whatever. By the way, Scherazard, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards carefully. You couldn't read the cards!
Now that's surprising to hear.
Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we'd covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. What would you like to know about? Orbits are mechanical devices which operate using nose as orbital energy. Time for the condensed school, y'all. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the types of quartz or proprioceptium installed. Although it's only been 50 years since their invention. These devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and everyday products, to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the orbital revolution. What would you like to know about bracers? Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and they aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, preventing lost items, and TLDR, bracers are kind of like cops. Let's be cops, let's be bracers. This is like the super condensed school version. The Kingdom of Liberal, which we live, is the western half of the Sumerian continent, and abounds with nature and deep-rooted. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent, and known for its high-level technology used to develop it. Orbital technology also been a key pillar of support in Liberal in protecting its independence. Basically, Liberal's pretty great. TLDR, save me some reading. That's all. Let's see. Since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move to the practical portion of your training. Shahara, how is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I am going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was gonna do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing.
Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle.
Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Yes, let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you'll be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. Ina, are they ready?
Yes, they are.
Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. Ooh, getting a present from Ina.
These are very important, so make sure not to lose them.
Ooh, a notebook. Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and wear. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down.
Understood.
Crap, this sounds like it's gonna be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. There you can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, an exclamation point, so basically the exclamation point means you can interact with something. For the green text, I'll try using a British accent. So we have to get some kind of treasure chest from the sewers, because
for some reason there's a treasure chest in the sewers. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer Notebook. The Bracer Notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer Book shortcut on the Configuration menu. Very good! It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for the bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style.
Sure, there's a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude.
I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha! Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task.
What will we be doing this time?
We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Alright, time for Orbment tutorial time. Here is where you'll learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. But yeah, orbits are like equipment in the Trails game, so yeah. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support cords in order to use Orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with all these Orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here?
No problem. Leave everything to me. So, what is it you would like to know about?
Orbments.
Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones that we'll be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use arts. Since each orbment is adjusted to each owner's personal aptitude, the structures for the devices also differ from each other.
Each owner.
Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and the lines which connect them are vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an Orbital factory like this, so it'll take a fair amount of service too. Aether, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them. Yeah, open them all.
Gotta open them all. Okay, that's enough explanation, so I don't have to keep doing that weird old man voice I was using. Okay, so I'm gonna do some, get some quartz, like the equipment. So I'm gonna make a defense one for... Okay, I'm gonna make a defense one, an HP one, and an action one. So I'm gonna open up 3 slots, 2 for Joshua, and then 1 for Estelle, because the one that you're supposed to open for Joshua only has 1 element time. Yeah, I'll just be explaining orbits as I go along, but once you figure it out, it's pretty... Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. Anyways, yeah, Scherazard said some things while I was trying to explain orbments. I'll probably, like, explain along the way, like, in the first dungeon, the sewers coming up. Yeah, so she's basically talking about how, like, the different orbments can increase your stats. Like, I made an HP one, a defense one, and an action one, so action determines speed, and, yeah. I'm like, kind of giving the TLDR what Scherazad's saying.
Anyways, yeah. I made an HP one for Estelle to give her more HP, because her base HP is kind of low, and then I made a defense one for Joshua, because his base defense is kind of low, and then I opened up the extra slot for Joshua. That way I can, like, have, because it's his, because like I said, the first one you open is, like, an action slot only. I mean, my bad. I'm still, like, I've been playing, like, Trails games from, like, Sky, and now Beyond the Horizon. I still get confused by it. And then, oh my goodness, like, in Beyond the Horizon, you have to, like, because you switch between the Reen route, and the Kevin route, and the Van route, and, like, you have to keep, like, swapping orbits, which is okay, like, I don't mind, like, I like building characters, but, yeah, sometimes I'm like, I should have taken a screenshot of this setup, because, wow. Anyways, yeah, I equipped the orbits on there, and we're gonna head to the first dungeon. So yeah, it's exciting. There's gonna be some more cutscenes. Okay, I'm back to, oh yeah, I'm just, like, talking over this. I'm taking a break from the voice acting, but, yeah, so, they're about to go over to the test and do, yeah, so yeah, this is still the tutorial stages. But anyways, as I was trying to say, they only give Joshua a time slot, so you can only put, like, a time quartz in there. So then I wanted to open up an extra one, or it's kind of like, an all-purpose slot, so you can put a sepith of any element. This is, like, so complicated to explain, but, yeah, I'll probably go back into voice acting mode for this. Thanks for listening to me try and struggle to, like, explain the trails. Oh, Joshua, help me from this explanation.
Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help.
Don't mention it. Yeah. I'm gonna remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua! All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point.
Understood. What's wrong, Estelle?
Sahara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not gonna be a paper test or something? You just read what I said on the bulletin board, yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read on your bracer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned something for searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine Adios. I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. Okay.
So what you're really saying is that you thought it was gonna be a paper test? No wonder you were acting all crazy back in the Orbital factory.
I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed.
I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all.
What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright then, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know though, if you happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be just fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyways, you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Rolent sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Ooh. Yeah, these are like potions in a Pokedex. What's this book for? It's called a Monster Guide, and it's to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of them.
Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You really have a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shahara.
We'll put it to good use.
Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test.
Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such.
Okay, so I'm gonna end off episode 2 here. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in episode 3.